And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my live stream. My name is Tyler Ramsby, and just so you know, we are streaming live on 3 different platforms. You can join us on Twitch, on LinkedIn, or on YouTube, whichever one works better for you. On YouTube and LinkedIn, just look for Tyler Ramsby. You'll be able to find me. And over on Twitch, if you go to hacksmarter.live, it will redirect you to the Hack Smarter Twitch page. So whichever one you want to watch on, you are welcome to join me there. In today's stream, we are going to attempt for the very first time the brand new machine on TryHackMe called Why Hack Me. I believe it came out on Thursday, and as usual, if you're new to my live streams, I do not prep these ahead of time. Don't even look at the machine ahead of time. It's me diving into it blind, and always encourage you to do this along with me. So if you have a TryHackMe account, I think this is a free room. I'll have to double check, but I believe it's free, so you don't even need a subscription or anything. So let's do this together. Get on the TryHackMe VPN, boot up the machine, and let's see if we can do this. I'll do my best to keep my eye on the chat on all 3 platforms, but if I seem to be ignoring you, it's just because I suck at keeping my eye on the chat on all 3 platforms. So just say it again, and I will check out your message. But let me go ahead and share my screen. Here we go. We're going to give Parrot another shot. I go back and forth between Parrot and Callie. Callie, I actually like a little more, but Parrot, I just like the way it looks. So we're going to try Parrot. I was going to start with my hood on, but my ears are warm, so I'm taking my hood off for now. Maybe once I pop a shell, then I can earn the privilege of putting my hood back on my black hoodie, because then I am a real hacker. Here is what we're going to be doing. The only thing I've done is booted up the machine. Haven't looked much at it. It is called Why Hack Me. Dive into the depths of security and analysis with Why Hack Me. And it says it requires a combo of compromising and analysis for security enthusiasts. So we'll see if we're able to do it. It is a medium rated machine, I believe. And it is a free room. So, hey, even if you don't have a TryHackMe subscription, you can dive into it. Only 2 days old, so I might actually be, hopefully I'm not technically breaking the TryHackMe rule of no hint for 72 hours. But look, I'm not giving any hints because I don't actually know what I'm doing. So there will only be a hint if I figure out how to solve the machine. So we'll give it a shot. Why Hack Me? Dive into the depths. Here's our IP. The first thing I always like to do is add it to my Etsy host. So we're just going to open a new tab. We'll call it terminal. And the reason I add it to my Etsy host is because that's how it resolves the IP. Then you don't have to remember the IP in case you're new to this. So we're going to do sudo nano. Nano's kind of like a text editor in Linux. Etsy host. Actually, I've remembered that nano on my Parrot machine is broken for some reason. So actually, we'll do sudo pluma Etsy host. There we go. And I'm just going to drop the IP in here, and we will call it yhackme/thm. Control S to save, and let's just see if we can ping it. Okay, cool. So we have it. So the first thing I like to do is do a full nmap scan on all the ports. Once we see what ports are open, we'll begin to enumerate each port and add that to our note. So let's do that. We'll do nmap -p-. That means, hey, nmap, we want you to check all the ports. If you don't do this, it only checks the top 1,000 most common ports. And often both in the CTF and in the real world, you might miss some services running on an uncommon port. So -p-. And then Why Hack Me is the name of the machine, and -b for verbose mode because I'm impatient and I like to see the ports pop up. So we already see we have a web server on port 80, we have SSH on port 22, and we have FTP on port 21. And while that runs, let's get our note set up as well. We will go ahead and add a new node here in Cherry Node, and we'll call it Why Hack Me. And I like to drop the IP in there. All right, we got Why Hack Me right there. So far, so good. And if we go back to this, so far we have just those 2 ports. So then what I like to do is we'll do another nmap scan just so we don't waste time. I also need to make a directory for Why Hack Me, so we'll see the end of that. And so let's just scan these 3 ports that are open, but we'll still leave this running. You can see it might take up to 25 minutes. So we'll still let it run to the end to make sure we're not missing any ports. But we can begin with these 3 ports that are open. So now on those 3 ports, I want to do a targeted scan. We'll do nmap -p 21 22 80 -A. That means I want you to throw all the enumeration scripts at it. Let's see what is running on these services. Why Hack Me -thm and -v again for verbose mode. And then we'll copy this into our notes. We'll analyze the scan results, and then we will dive in and see if we can figure out what is going on. Curious, for those of you in the chat, has anyone done this machine, or is anyone doing this alongside of me? Would love to hear from you if you are. You can see this is already done. So the way I like to take my notes is I like to copy this, open up Cherry Tree, and on this main page right here, I just like to paste in all my notes like this. And then in Cherry Tree, if we highlight all of it, and on your keyboard do Control Alt C, once again that's Control Alt C, we can add some syntax highlighting, and make it look a little prettier with our code syntax. And I like to space out these services. And then for each service that is running on the machine, I like to make a separate node, just so we'll keep all of our enumeration in this node so we don't confuse ourselves. So we have SSH. Oh, that's FTP. What am I doing with my life? I'm already confusing myself because I'm not paying attention. Let's change the node properties and change this to 21 and FTP. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab SSH now. Right there. Drop that in for SSH. And then finally, we have our web server running on port 80. So same thing, HTTP 80. And drop that in there. So right away, SSH probably isn't going to be useful to us. Generally speaking, you can do some brute forcing and possibly some username enumeration through SSH, but honestly, it's not going to get you very far. So SSH is here so that if or when we find some valid credentials, we can try them on SSH to see if we can get SSH access to the machine. We do have FTP, so this is going to be interesting. The main thing on FTP that we can check is we can check the version. But I can already tell by looking at this version, this is a relatively up-to-date version, so that's not going to be what we need. The next thing we check is anonymous login, and I can already tell based on the results that anonymous login is allowed. We can see that right there, and we have this update.txt, so we might have something interesting here. So those are the two things I check on FTP. So let's do FTP first. Let's log into it anonymously and see what we have here. We'll pull up our terminal. Zexitalia, you should do some bug bounty. I can't do it on stream. I do bug bounty occasionally, so I haven't made a bunch of money. My biggest bounty I ever made was $2,000. And I've made like 500 or 300, I don't remember, from cross-site scripting type things. But you're not allowed to do bug bounty live on stream because that usually breaks the terms of service for the bug bounty program because you're showing publicly the exploits before they patch them. All right, let's check FTP. So we'll do FTP anonymous at yhackme.thm. What? I'm blanking on the actual FTP command. It's not FTP. It's oh my goodness. How am I blanking on this? It's super easy. You ever have those things where you just absolutely blank on something when you're talking? That's what I just did. It's just FTP. Well, no, it's a not. Oh, okay, no. I'm thinking of SSH for some reason. You do it first, and then it prompts you for the creds. Silly Tyler. What? Okay, so that's very odd that FTP wouldn't be included in Parrot by default. I wonder if, as usual, I have something broken about my Parrot build. Let's see what's going on here. I'll switch over to Cal if I really have to. Okay, now we at least have it. So now I think we can do FTP anonymous. Yeah, okay, good. My syntax was right the whole time. Thank you. I thought I was going crazy there. Okay, so it's just update.txt. We'll go ahead and get that. But before we even look at it, the other thing I like to see is can we write to it? So if we echo test.txt, and now if we go back to FTP, let's see if we can upload our test document. Okay, so we can't write to it, but anonymous access is allowed. So what is this? Hey, I just removed the old user mic because that account was compromised. So let's keep that in mind. And for any of you who wants the creds of new account, visit that. And don't worry, this file is only accessible by localhost, so nobody else can view it except me or the people with access to the common account. Okay, word. Can't imagine it's that easy to get initial access, but we'll find out. We'll just drop our node in there. And so we have this directory right here that we want to go to. This file is only accessible by localhost. So when I see that, I'm thinking we might be able to bypass the localhost requirement by in Cato or burp using x forwarded for header and making it appear like it's coming from 127.0.0.1. That's what I'm thinking initially. But let's see if I'm right. Let's get Cato pulled up and working. We'll drop that over here. How's mmap doing? No other ports? Okay, so far so good. Let's pop open Cato. And we'll just do my CTF project. And if we pull up Firefox here, let's try to go to http yhackme.thm. I don't remember the directory. dir pass.tech. So if we just do it this way, you don't have permission because it's checking if we are local host. Now there is a chance if we turn on intercept and try it now. What if I do this? And make it think it's coming from there. Okay, that didn't work. So then the question is, if something like that doesn't work, there's a few other things we could try. We need to find SSRF, maybe on the web server. You see, if we find SSRF, what that means is we're able to make a request to the web server or any internal resource that looks like the web server itself is making the request. So if we enumerate the web server and we're able to find SSRF, then we can make a request to this and it will come from localhost and we'll be able to get access to the file. Looking over the chat, Christopher said, how are you liking Cato? I've been staring it down. Cato's fine. I mean, it's definitely still missing some of the stuff from Burp. So like when I do pen testing for my day job, I use Burp Suite Pro, but I know a lot of people don't have access to Burp Suite Pro, whereas Cato, even the free version of Cato, they have Automate, and Automate is sort of like Burp Suite Intruder, but nothing's rate limited. So you can do everything on the free account. You're not rate limited on some of those things. And it's built up from the ground up in Rust. Really handy there. If you do get the Pro version, which is only $10 a month, super affordable, you can say, hello, robot friend. They have kind of a fork of ChatGPT built into this that helps with web application security auditing. So a little less restrictive on the questions you ask it based on whatever prompt they start with. So overall, I like it. I really like the developers, super supportive. So yeah, anyone and everyone should check it out. I will say, if you do check it out, if you use Hack Smarter on checkout, you do get, I think it's $10 off, and I get $10 too. So win-win situation. If you get a pro subscription, use Hack Smarter on checkout. But all right, let's go here and just jot down what I did. Attempted to use X forwarded for header, but it did not work. If we can find. So now let's go to here. And when I'm attacking HTTP, there's a few things I like to do. One is we'll use GoBuster to see what directories are available. We'll use FUF to check for any vhosts or virtual hosts that might be running. We'll use Nikto for a basic web vulnerability scanner. We'll check things like the source code, and then we'll just browse the website. It's going to be our small little to-do list here. And let's get some of these scans running. I don't want to open this terminal though. Let's go back to my original terminal here. There we go. So let's do GoBuster first. We'll just name this tab GoBuster, and we'll do GoBuster first. Let's make sure we have it. Okay, we do. So GoBuster dir URL, I believe, first, and we'll do HTTP yhackme-thm, and then w user share wordless dir. What are the word lists on here? Oh, we have dirbuster. Okay. Directory list 2.3 medium.txt. All right, we got GoBuster going. Do I have my vhost scanner on here? I do. Okay. Let's do sudo move vhost fuzzer to user local bin. All right, now we can go back to yhackme, and then if we use vhost fuzzer, was that not the name of it? Oh my goodness, I'm having all kinds of issues. Okay, so that works. Oh, did I not do SSH the first time? Guys, I don't know what my issue is tonight, but I'll eventually figure it out. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. So this is a little script I wrote, super easy. But the reason I wrote the script is because I always forget the syntax for fuff to do this. If you want to check this out, just go to my GitHub, which is github.com tenebrae93. And you can find this little simple script. Go to my GitHub, go to offensive security, and you'll find the script there. But it's nothing really groundbreaking at all. But let's do our vhost fuzzer, and we need the domain first. So our domain is yhackme.thm. Our word list is user share word list. Do I have sec lists on here? I don't have sec lists. We'll just use the same dirbuster. Honestly, that's probably going to be fine. Directory list 2.3 medium. And then it says our URL, which is yhackme.thm. Our FS filter, we don't know what that is yet. Okay, so our FS filter is right here. It's the size. We want to filter it by the size so we know whether or not it's actually valid. So we'll change our FS filter to 563. And now we are good to go. We'll let this thing run. We'll change it to vhost, so we're enumerating vhost. Let's get nicto going as well. Nicto-h yhack.thm. All right. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything over in the chat. Christian said, oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I use Burt Pro daily as well. Yeah, I wouldn't replace Burt Pro yet, at least for my actual like web app pen testing job. But it's Cato is really coming along far, and more competition the better. So hopefully one day I'll be able to replace Burp completely with Cato, but I don't think it's there yet personally. But I want to support the developers. That's why I have a pro subscription and why I stream it. Okay. Nmap full. We don't have any other things on here. GoBuster, we just have dirt and assets so far. vhost, we have nothing thus far. Nicto has nothing too interesting so far. So let's go ahead and just check out this web server and see what we have going. Welcome to my personal website. Please read my first blog at blog.php. New blogs are coming soon. Please be patient. Made with love. All right, let me go ahead and grab a screenshot of this just for our notes, so we know that's on the index page. So we'll just drop that in there. It's fine. And is there anything interesting in the source code? Nope, just redirecting us to blog-php. So let's go there. Okay. Hello. Welcome to my blog. My first blog. Lorem ipsum dolor sit ament. My life's been changed by this blog, ladies and gentlemen. To comment, you need to be logged in. To log in, please visit this link. All comments, name admin. Hey people, I'll be monitoring your comments, so please be safe and civil. Okay. So right away, that should draw our attention to possibly cross-site scripting. We have a comment section on what appears to be an undeveloped blog. So if it's not encoding HTML properly, and if we know the admin is monitoring the comments, we might be able to steal the admin's cookie by posting a comment that contains cross-site scripting. So that's my new attack plan in my head based on the information we have thus far. Enter your username and password. Do I need to make an account? Oh no, I need to be logged in. Okay, well, let's see if we can log in. Let's just see what the login process is like. Okay, so it checks for a username. Who was the account that was hacked? Mike? So we have a user named Mike. Maybe. It says they removed the account. What does that mean? Did they remove the account on the blog? Or did they just remove the account on the server? Is Mike still around? Do we have admin? Well, we can try to brute force this with Hydra or with Kato. But let's take a screenshot of it. Oh, let's go to HTTP. Since it is being monitored by the admin, have to be logged in to create a comment. Things to check. We could check things like SQL injection here. Just tab that over. So we'll check SQL injection. We'll try to just brute force with the Mike account. All right, those are my initial thoughts. AZ Cowboy 1, what did I miss? Nothing so far, dude. We're just getting started. I've only been on stream for about 20 minutes, and we are doing the new Why Hack Me room on Try Hack Me. Just released 1 day ago, or 2 days ago, I think. Super new, and we're just diving into it. We have a login page. We have some interesting stuff in FTP that if we're able to get SSRF, we might be able to read stuff. But really right now, I'm just playing around with things. I don't have any set path. I have an idea on what I think the path's going to be. There's this blog, and there's this note right here. Hey, people, I'll be monitoring your comments, so please be safe and civil. So I think if we can get logged in, we know admin's a valid user. If we can get logged in, I doubt this is encoding HTML properly, so we'd probably be able to leave a cross-site scripting payload. And if the cookies aren't set securely, we'll be able to steal an admin cookie. So that's my attack plan, just looking at what we have so far. Zach said, have you done the SOC analyst pathway from THM? I have not, but I'm about 50% of the way through the SOC 2 pathway on Try Hack Me. Advice for OSCP. Honestly, that would take more time than what my live stream allows. I do have a video on my YouTube channel from when I passed the OSCP, giving a bunch of advice on it. So honestly, just watch that video. If you just search for how I passed the OSCP in 8 hours, you'll be able to find my video. Check it out. All right, want to make sure I'm not missing anything on chat. Okay. So far, so good. Let's keep checking out what we're gonna do. So first, let's try some basic like injection attacks. I'm actually gonna do test first. We'll do test, and I'm gonna YOLO it and throw the whole thing in SQL map, and just see if it finds anything. We'll copy that, go back to our terminal. CD try hack me, Y hack me, nano. I forgot I don't have nano. Post.txt. Save that. Please tell me SQL map's on here. Okay, cool. SQL map -R for our request. Post.txt. We'll give this a shot. It shouldn't take too long for it to figure out if it might be vulnerable to this. General over on Twitch said extension in Durbus in context. Oh, sure, like the PHP extension. Good call. We might need to add that since we know it's PHP. Come on, can you go away, dude? Like, freaking... Oh, we do have directory listing. So just so you guys know, on an actual pen test, this would be a finding, like a low finding of directory listings enabled. You shouldn't have that enabled. This is just CSS file, so it's not going to be anything interesting for us. But let's change this the search for .php extensions, which to be honest, I'm not even sure how to do it in GoBuster. File containing, not replacement patterns. I don't know how to do it in GoBuster. I know how to do it in DirBuster. YOLO, don't do that in a real pen test. User share wordless DirBuster directory list medium file extension PHP. Okay, perfect. We already have that. And let's start that. And hope it doesn't crash because I sent it a bunch of stuff. I'm guessing vhosts aren't the way in. I'm actually just going to stop this just to free up some processing power. Oh, we have a config.php. That's interesting. Oh no, unable to connect to the target URL. Did I crash the server? Shoot. That's why I said don't do that in a real pen test, what I just did with GoBuster or DirBuster. That can happen. It's not a big deal if we do it now, but it's kind of a big deal if you do it on a real pen test. Yeah, shoot, I think I crashed it. I crashed the web server, ladies and gentlemen. So in a real pen test, I always limit it to 5 threads because sometimes if you do more than that, you're going to run into the issue that I just had, which is you will crash the web server. Oh, this isn't erroring yet, but I definitely can't access it. Oh, there's a register.php. Well, let's fix my mistake real quick. And we're going to restart our machine. I'll walk the walk of shame. And I think let's try the register once we get it back up because all I need is an account. Because once I have an account, I can probably do cross-site scripting on this beast and steal an admin's cookie. I'm almost certain that's going to be the initial attack way because this is a very good hint that our admin's reading our comment. So let's try to register an account. And if that doesn't work, we'll go back to DirBusting it, but I won't kill it. Oh, hey, we found it here too. Oh no, this is DirBuster itself. So we're going to check this out. It's a 200, so we know we're able to access the page, so that's all positive. We have a config.php too that might be interesting if we can even read it. PHP server side, so it probably isn't going to show us anything, but we'll give it a shot. Looking at the chat, xphp, that's what I wanted you to find. Oh, are you referring to the register? Gotcha. Thank you. Empire says, was the Apache version 2.4.1? There is an Apache HTTP server, Apache version remote code execution, exploit DB. Is there? I'll check that out if this doesn't work. The room itself, though, like the context of the room, seems to be pointing us to cross-site scripting. Don't know if this is going to be ready yet or not. I'm just going to stop the mmap scan, and we'll do sudo pluma etc hosts. We have to update our IP. Save it. There we go. We at least have a connection back now. So let's go. Let's check out config.php and then we'll check out register. Okay, yeah, I assume we wouldn't be able to see that. Oh, look at that. Please enter your desired username and enter your password. All right. Let's capture this with Kato so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so even on this, there might even be something where we can do like, there's another parameter like and admin equals true or something like that. So we'll keep that in mind. We're setting this cookie right here. Let me just send this over to replay, and I want to see what the response is when I create the account. Your account has been registered. Now you may log in here. Can I create my account twice? Username already taken, so we can't take over the admin account by that way. All right. So let's try to log in now. Hack smarter 1 2 3. Okay, awesome. You can now comment on blog. See, it's really pointing us towards what I think is cross-site scripting. And we can do a simple test lol. We'll just do test. And I mean, so sometimes you can actually do it right in the comment. We don't even have to intercept it. Oh, if I could do my syntax right. There we go. Let's try that and hit submit. All right, so that may not have worked, but we can try to capture it and see how it's encoding it here. So we have this comment here, and then it's doing it. And what I like to do in a real assessment is check HTML injection first. So if we do submit here, we'll just throw this over to repeater. We can send this one through. Go to replay. What if I put HTML tags around this? Hit send. May have actually. Okay. So we might have to escape whatever is in here, stopping us from executing code. I can see it's successfully grabbing my HTML. Let's see how this looks again. So what it goes comment, what if we end it with like, what if we go H2, escape that string, and then okay, nope, that doesn't work either. So then the question is, although it looks the same, what about on the name? Can we execute JavaScript on our actual name? Well, I suppose I already have this. Let me make this big. What if I do something like this? Okay. Oh, wait. I don't need to register. I need to log in. Hey, I got cross-site scripting, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. So it's in the name. It's in the name. I'm glad I followed my hunch right there. It wasn't in the comment, but it's in the name. So now any user who looks at this page, the JavaScript will be executed in the context of the user session. If the cookie is not set properly, we can steal the admin's cookie. And the way we can check that real quickly, we could try to steal our own cookie first. So let's just try to steal our own cookie. We'll make another one and we'll call it document cookie. I believe that's the syntax. I might have the syntax wrong there. We'll see. We'll go back to here. Login.php. Submit. Go to blog. We're going to see that one. See, any user who goes here now is going to have that executed in the context of their browser. Oh, I don't see cookie though. Is it actually set securely? Either way, this is going to be the way in. I know it. One of these ways. And actually, let me, before I get too excited, so we have a finding right here, right? If this is a pen test report, this is a pretty high finding because it's stored cross-site scripting that affects any user, including admins who accesses the page. And now if we go over to more tools, web developer tools, make this a little bit bigger. If we go over to storage and we look at our cookie, okay, it should be only true, secure, false. I think we can steal the cookie. And the way that we can do that, there's a few different ways we can do it, but one really good way that I learned in Hack the Box Academy, let me show it to you guys. I might have to log in real quick. And I'll give you a glimpse. If you've never used Hack the Box Academy, I'll give you a cool glimpse of it real quick. Hopefully Hack the Box Academy doesn't get mad at me for showing some of this, but they'll get over it. I'm advertising for them, so they can wipe their tears with dollar bills. All right. So Hack the Box Academy has a really great cross-site scripting module. That I've completed, obviously, and we'll hit view. And they have a whole thing in here talking through session hijacking, which is what we're going to attempt to do. And I like the way they do it. I'm not going to give you too much information on it, but we're going to load a external script, essentially, that's going to steal the user's cookie. So here's kind of what our exploit is going to look like in our JavaScript. So let's do this right here. What up, Simnatic? I can never say your name, my friend. Good to have you here. Whoops, I don't need to open a new terminal. No, so let's go to our current terminal. And so we know it's cross-site scripting. I'm pretty sure we're going to steal a session. Let's make a directory and we'll just call it web server. We'll go into web server right here. And now we're going to do plumo script.js and we're going to paste this in. Fasty said, sadly, Hack the Box, in my opinion, is way too expensive if you want to do Academy and machines. Yeah, it is true. That is one of the downsides of Hack the Box is the way they split all their service offerings up. I have a .edu email, so I got the student discount in Hack the Box Academy, which is only $8 a month. But that's a huge advantage of Try Hack Me. With the one subscription, you get access to everything. All right, so here's what our script.js is going to look like. So we have that. Oh, this might be my kid's school saying there's a snow day tomorrow. 1 second. Yeah, my kids get a snow day tomorrow. We're expected 7 to 11 inches of snow overnight. So that was a school calling saying, yo, kids don't have school. Though they really enjoy school. They might honestly be a little bit disappointed. But okay, and we need to have an index.php. Oh. Why do I have this open? Oh, because I didn't close this. Okay, we have both of those files serving, and now we need to do our payload, which this payload right here will work just fine. Oh, good call, Mr. Longpig. We could try that as well. Can you use cross-site scripting to perform the SSRF? You might be able to. We would need the SSRF to perform, or essentially the admin to click it, And if they're doing it from a trusted host, to check that they are in a lab because they're doing it from the machine, it would send us the information in that SSRF. So good call. We'll check that out too. If this doesn't work, that's a good next thing to attempt. Oops. So that's going to be our payload. I already forgot my freaking IP though. All right, so there's our IP. Okay, so we're going to set our username to that because remember we discovered the cross-site scripting was in the username, not the comments, which is what most people would think. We discovered it on the username. Make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. It's exactly why I try doing stuff on THM. I would love to do Hack the Box, but the price. Dude, you can stick with Try Hack Me. Try Hack Me really is an excellent resource. Hence why I'm doing Try Hack Me right now. But here we go. This is going to execute when the admin looks at it. And we might be able to steal their cookie. I'm not sure. We'll know right away. Actually, I need to start my PHP server as well. We'll know right away if it works because we will be able to see if we steal our own cookie. Isn't it PHP-S0? Okay, yeah, I was right. So this is what we're going to do for our command. Okay, we got that going. Let's go to Cato. Here we go. Send. Okay, our account's been registered. And now if we go back over to here, this is a room, not a module. I'm just using Academy for a quick reference point. You're not allowed to live stream their modules. At least not the one. You can live stream maybe the beginner ones. Yeah, dude, the recent Why Hack Me box. So, Somnatic, your Try Hack Me staff, as soon as I started doing this room, I was like, shoot, I might actually be breaking Try Hack Me rules because I'm not sure if it's been 72 hours. So if I am, tell the rest of the Try Hack Me staff I apologize. I realized it after I started streaming. All right, let me go ahead and click submit. All right, now we can go to blog.php. There's my other cross-site scripting. And now if we do, hello admin, you're my best friend. Okay, so we're not going to be able to steal their cookie. If we were able to steal their cookie, what this would look like is it would be passing us the cookie information right here. But you can see it's not passing it. So I think we might follow the idea that Mr. Longpig said over on Twitch. We might be able to use cross-site scripting to perform the SSRF. That when the admin user reads this, we will, look, this is the admin, I think, user. You guys see the other GET request? That must have been the admin user right there. I think. We didn't even get to the index.php. But anyways, when the admin user reads it, we might be able to get the admin user to go to this location, which is only accessible from the local host, the dir pass.txt, and then we will append that so then it sends us the pass.txt, I think. And Somatic over on YouTube said the 72-hour rule is usually for write-ups and such. Streaming is generally fine unless the room creator specifically states it in the room. Okay, nothing stated in the room. All right, I'm not breaking any rules. Awesome. And that's one huge advantage Try Hack Me has over Hack the Box. Hack the Box is like uber strict on all their active machines. Like I'll get my Hack the Box account banned if I were to jump on Twitch and be like, today we're going to do the most recent active machine on Hack the Box. Whereas Try Hack Me is a lot more streamer friendly. Over on Twitch, Reckless Gizmo said also, which one would you recommend, THM sub or Hack the Box Academy sub? You get a lot more for your money with the Try Hack Me sub. Because of the Try Hack Me sub, not only do you get all the learning paths, but you also get all the standalone CTF machines and the ones that are subscriber only. Additionally, kind of not really an insider thing because I have a business account on TryHackMe, the Red Team Capstone, which in my opinion is the greatest network. I'm not just saying that. I've done the Pro Labs on Hack the Box. Red Team Capstone, in my opinion, beats them all because of how realistic it is and multiple ways to accomplish a path. But the Red Team Capstone network is going to be available for free to all premium subscribers. Now, if you know the network, it was available for 1 month to, I think everyone went the 7-day streak or something, and then it went business exclusive, but now they're re-releasing it so all subscribers will have access to it. Yo, that Red Team Capstone alone is worth the price of a TryHackMe subscription. I actually have a whole a promo video I made and I sent it to TryHackMe. I think they're going to share it. So when they really launch that Red Team Capstone or relaunch it, you'll see a video coming to my YouTube where I share all the benefits of the Red Team Capstone. And it's created by my good friend Amoeba Man. In my opinion, one of the best room creators. So keep that in mind. That should encourage you to get a TryHackMe subscription, is to get access to the Red Team Capstone. It's an incredibly well done network. All right, Gaming Golfer, would there be any benefit in changing your payload from index.php to blog.php or login.php, as those are the pages you're browsing to? I don't think so. It would just redirect the admin user to those. What about beginner friendliness? Which one would you recommend? Oh, by far, TryHackMe for beginner friendliness. Hack the Box Academy claims it's for beginners, but yo, it's not. I get stuck on some of those modules. Definitely TryHackMe is way more beginner friendly. Good to hear from y'all in the chat. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything on LinkedIn. I always have to refresh. Oh, yeah. So, Christopher, if you're still on LinkedIn, he said, I'm not seeing chat in real time. Is this normal until I post something? It's something weird with LinkedIn. It's even same for me as the one streaming. I have to refresh LinkedIn to see the chat. If you want the chat that works a little bit better, if you go to my YouTube page, which is just Tyler Ramsby, or to Twitch, which is hacksmarter.live, you're able to see the chat a lot easier that way for those of you on LinkedIn. But I'll still do my best to pay attention to LinkedIn. All right. I think I'm caught up on all the chat. So, if we do document.location, let me think of how that might work. Look at this. So, you guys can see this. We actually know for sure this is the room because you can see my IP. You guys catch it? My IP right here. These requests. Now, look, this is the admin. So, we are executing JavaScript right now in the context of the admin. We know that that's the admin because that's the other IP. Yeah, over in YouTube chat, someone said, hey, Tyler, when I use Intruder for brute forcing and burp, it takes a long time for trying 10,000 passwords. Do you think it's because I'm using Community Edition? Yeah, dude, the Community Edition rate limits the heck out of you. Get Cato. You're not rate limited on Cato, and you can do that in Cato. So if I cat out our script, what if we change document cookie to document location? That'll be the first change we want to make, right? And then our payload. Oh, our payload is just going to script.js. Why do I keep opening that terminal? Freaking stop. But we need to specify the document location. We need to specify the page, which ask this. So what if we do something like that? So if we do this.href equals, and then we do the directory there. Someone tell me if my syntax here is freaking terrible, because it might be. So dir pass.text. Double slash. So then, if this works in my head, the admin user will go to this. It will execute the JavaScript, which will pull down script.js, which should send the results of document location href of the pass.text over to me. Have I seen or done the Bandit Network on Try to Hack Me? I've seen it, but I haven't attempted it yet. Gaming Golfer said, if you're doing this on a real engagement, what are the chances of these actions getting flagged by a SOC team or a SIM? All depends on the organization, but when you say real engagement, I'm a pen tester, I'm not a red teamer, and there actually is a big difference there. In my video where I introduced the red team capstone that will be coming out in the near future, I explained those differences, but in summary, a red team engagement is usually when you're trying to be stealthy. It's often 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year, where you emulate an APT or an advanced persistent threat. A pen test, which is what I do, is very limited by days. So if I'm doing a web app, it's often like a 5-day assessment that I'm doing. And so the goal is not to be stealthy, is to find all the vulnerabilities I can in the application and report it to the client. So actually when I do a pen test, they're often turning off the web application firewall, everything like that, because ultimately an attacker would be able to bypass that. And they know I'm doing the pen test. I'm not trying to be stealthy. So I'm spamming everything at the web server because it's often in dev environment as well. So in a red team engagement, yes, you'd probably get caught, but in a pen test, this would be totally fine because a client wants you to find every possible vulnerability. They don't care about stealth most of the time. Hopefully that helps. But okay, I think our script.js there is good. And we should be able to actually use the same account we're using because the name of our account is our payload. So if we just go back to our PHP script right here, we should just be able to honestly wait, I think. Because every time the admin user goes to the comments, it should execute. Here's our names. Try it ourselves. Yeah, so we know it's working. Now we just have to give it a little bit to see what happens when the admin user clicks it. Over on YouTube, they said, does Kato have all the same features as Burp? Nope, not yet. It has quite a few features, but not all the same ones yet, especially things like extensions and that kind of thing. Do-do, 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 do. It must be set to every minute, maybe every 2 minutes. I don't know. Let me refresh LinkedIn, make sure I'm not missing anything over there. Shoot, I don't think it worked. We're going to have to look at our JavaScript. Let's try. Yeah, dual fade. This is a little bit better than LinkedIn. Both Twitch and YouTube are better platforms for chat and whatnot. I think just because LinkedIn isn't made for live streaming. It Gotcha. All right, let's see if we can understand this. So we're just setting the path. Oh, I think this is what I was missing right here, the XML HTTP request. So the function run when the request completes. Send the content to the specified IP address. Make the request to the file content. Okay, this is the key piece I was missing, I think. And I also don't know if I did the right path or IP in there. Let me just check my notes real quick. 34, yep, right IP. Dir pass.text, right path, I think. So what if we save this as our script? And we probably don't have to do a full PHP server, because what does our index dot look like? Yeah, so that's kind of an overkill. We're not trying to steal cookies. We can just do a Python web server, I think. And we'll see the information come through. Let's find out. Although I saw this come through right away. All right, bedtime. Peace out, Somnatic. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, this is all I'm doing. I'm pretty sure this is the way in as soon as I can figure it out. See, it's getting it, but it's not sending anything to me. I mean, we can try this, but this is essentially what I'm doing. I don't have Namo. Because we should see any GET requests there. I wonder if it's the... Instead, is there a spot to change password? We can make the admin change their password and then log in as the admin. Although I don't think we have that option. Let me just see if I can make the admin, like, do a comment. Just want to see if I can even get this to work for testing. Sudo it. The frick? I don't think I did that right. It's sending me like the freaking HTML. The admin just clicked it. It's not doing anything. I want to see what this request looks like. So it goes to script.js. Oh, and then it's trying to make the post. Oh, and it does make the post. It just looks weird. Oh, shoot. Now it's going to do it a bunch of times, though. But it's not affecting the admin. You need the with credentials header for it to work on the admin. I'm not sure what that looks like. How would I know that? No worries. Run that. How do you know that I need the with credentials header? I might be missing something obvious here. Clearly, cross-site scripting is the way in. With cross-site scripting, like if there was a spot where we could change passwords, we could target the admin and have them change their password. But I don't see that. Let me delete my comments though. Oh geez, I can't delete the comments for everybody else. How would I exploit this? We have to get this file. Nope, I can't hijack the session cookies because they're set with HTTP only. It doesn't let me get the session cookies with JavaScript. We have to somehow do SSRF via cross-site scripting. I don't get why my initial payload didn't work. Not my initial one, this one. Oh, sure. That won't work. Because the with credentials passes the cookie in the header. Maybe change the post to a get on the pass.txt endpoint. Oh, shoot. Is it a GET request? That would be it. Here, let me look at this a little closer. Let's just grab this whole thing. So here's our path. Request function if. Oh no. It's already making the GET request. Make the GET request to get the file content. Send request open. I don't think... Alright, we got nothing to lose. Freaking... To see if anything happens. I still have script.js down here, right? That's what these are. Oh, shoot. Oh. Maybe I don't have it serving it anymore. Let's see if we get a request. Oh, no. Okay, I need to leave another comment. Oh, hey. Oh, shoot. It's making the request to me. Oh, because... No, okay. No, I got it. Because it's my computer. Now, hopefully, we at least see this, right? So it's trying to do it to me. You guys catch that? It's actually executing it properly now because it's trying to do a GET request to dirpass.txt, but on my local machine. Oh. Shoot. It didn't work on the admin user, though. Because if I did something like... Oh, but we don't have any way for it to append it out to us. It's not sending us the content of the pass.txt. You see, it got it properly. All right, I'm gonna get it to work on myself first. Then we know it will work on the admin user. This should be right. All right, let's try this weird one. Although, let's... just do... sudo python 3 m server 80. Gosh dang it. I know if you guys are saying stuff in chat, I'll look in a second. I'm not ignoring you. You're probably like, yo, Tyler, you're doing this wrong, bro. Just what I changed before. That's not working at all. I forgot that Nano's broken. Gosh dang it. So this part at least works how it did, right? Okay. So what if we append it then? Ah! Or, hold up. How did I do that? This, so what if we do the post request? I'll explain what I'm doing for all of you who might be confused right now, if it works. Okay, let me look at the chat. Hijack, maybe rodnet. So it's probably sending it to you as a post data. Okay, so we had a similar thought, but since you have a simple Python setup, you're not getting the data. Ask them to send it to you in a GET request on the data parameter. Do you know why the PHP server wouldn't work? Am I not parsing it properly? Maybe something like that. Data, this response.txt. Okay, we'll try that. We'll give that a shot. Imagine it works when he delegates the word JavaScript at the top of script 2. Wreck this gizmo. So what are we trying to do? So here is the attack path in my mind. When you can execute cross-site scripting, it means you can get the target user to do, well, anything client-side. It's executing client-side code in the context of their browser. And we know, based on this update.txt, that there's this file that contains credentials, but it's only accessible from localhost. So my thinking is if we can use JavaScript to get the admin user to go to this file in their browser because they are localhost and then send us the content of that file, we will have credentials to SSH in as the user. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay, so that's what I was thinking, something like that. Good robot. Okay, let's test it on ourselves first. That's what I thought. I thought I would see the post request, but I'm not seeing it. Am I copying it into it? Oh, it's just comment. It's a comment, so it doesn't matter. Are you talking about... Oh, why am I doing that? I don't know why I'm doing it. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Thank you for pointing that out. Gosh, it's not appending it. Are you freaking joking me? What do you mean it's reached the limit, bruh? It's not getting to 404. I actually have it. So look, it's actually a 200 on it because to test it locally, I made the directory. cd dir, cd dir, cat, pass. So like I made it locally. We should be seeing tests come through. Can I use JavaScript to copy the file into the root of the web server and then just read it? No. No, you can't do that because you can't execute like OS commands. I use Parrot and Kali. Depends how I'm feeling that day. I really use both pretty much equally. I don't have a preference. Jeez, I'm not sure. Let's try Copilot. I don't know my freaking Microsoft login, guys. Stand by. Did I get it? Oh, okay. I don't give a crap is vulnerable to cross-site scripting cat attacks. It exists. Oh. That'll be our issue. I bet that's what it is. So if I do not that nano, not nano because I can't use nano. If I change this to the right IP, I bet it'll work. No. Okay, well I don't have things set up properly here, but it might. Oh yeah, good call. Okay, well we got the unsupported message. Perfect. Now we're at least trying to do a freaking post request. It's not sending me any freaking data. Wait, didn't I have one that was appending it? Isn't this the one appending it? Let's try this one real quick. 10.13 4.234. I think we're getting really close. Look at that, guys. I have it working. See that? Test. Freaking beautiful. Now, we just need to make some slight modifications. So that was script 2, wasn't it? Let's copy this in. Let's copy this. Let's go pluma script.js. Let's paste this in, but we need to change this to the IP of our machine that we are attacking, which is this. First, I don't know if the room creator will ever watch this, but so far, yo, I really, really like this room. Like, I've been stuck on this for an hour and 20 minutes, but I've learned a lot just by being stuck here. This has been a lot of fun. So here's our path. So we're going to do the IP itself here, which should work. dir pass.text, because it'll make it from the admin, and then just going to send that content to my web server that I'm going to be hosting. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure it was still running. So we still have our JavaScript on the page. You can see it did a GET request from my IP. Now we just need to see what happens when the admin does it. Fingers crossed. No! It didn't work. Why? Why? Maybe the admin expects it to be on 127. Maybe, yeah, maybe there's not CORS protection in their browser. Like maybe they're using some weird headless browser, and if I just do 127, it might still work. Right? But isn't that kind of what I already tried? Well, let's try it. No, still nothing. Jeez, I might have to freaking sleep on this one, guys. Watch me be in a complete rabbit hole, and this isn't even the way in. Gosh, it feels like it would be the way in, though. Try the host name. Yeah, good call. mean, mine won't really matter because mine's obviously not going to work. I'm going to get different error messages. Yeah, like we're going to get that no matter what. I guess I didn't get that. I just got forbidden. But I also have it saved in my Etsy host as yhackme.thm. What if we just do localhost? I'm trying to think of how the machine is set up. The script wouldn't be looking for the IP because the IP is dynamically generated each time. So what if we just do localhost? I mean, 127.0.0.1 should be the same. Yeah, it all depends on what the script is visiting, how it's working. Let me try that once, and then I'm going to have to back up and do some more troubleshooting. Or go to bed. And admit defeat for tonight. And come back to it after I sleep. Gosh, dang it. Freaking... Yeah, that's exactly what the hint said. That's what I did, though. Okay. Did I break something with the script? Let me do it to myself again. No, wrong thing. Pluma script. Oh no, my script's not working the same. Okay, the freaking... What am I... Guys, I had it working. Did I not? What did I change? Oh, did I not do test.html? Gosh, I'm dumb. You're right, I didn't. Okay, no, so it does work. Create a comment with admin. I mean, I could try to create a comment, but that won't do anything for me. Like, I won't be able to get the credentials, right? Unless I somehow create a comment with the credentials in it. Huh. That's why I do like doing machines that have like walkthroughs, because then you don't get completely freaking stuck. Then you at least see like what obvious thing am I missing, but there's not going to be any walkthroughs for this. I'm pretty sure. Oh shoot, is there? Oh. Alright, I'm looking at a walkthrough. I want to know what I'm missing. Yep, I found all this, right? And I registered an account. I found the cross-site scripting vulnerability. Yeah, but it works on the username. Yeah, okay. I noticed that right away, so I'm gonna give myself credit for that. Oh, it's similar to Bandit? Yeah, I didn't do Bandit. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm doing. This is exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so we're doing the right thing. I must just be doing it wrong. So that's just him testing the cross-site scripting. You can't steal the cookie. All right, let's check some of these links out ourselves. We're doing all the right stuff. Like, I have the exact right thinking of how I'm approaching this. I'm just approaching it wrong. So let's see if I can read through how they did it here. Yep, exactly what I'm doing. Oh. Is that my issue? I'm doing the full path? Is that an issue for some reason? If I don't use the full path, do you think that'll fix it? That might fix it. So let's first just see if it works on my machine. So if I just change this to this on my machine, let's test it on myself locally and see if it works. So I have this as script. Okay, perfect. I still get the content. I wonder if that's the issue. For some reason, the way the bot is accessing it, it doesn't like the full path. Actually, I can leave that running. I have the payload on the blog. Right? Let's check. Oh, no, I don't have the payload. Oh, no, it got it. It did a GET request. Okay. Just use a relative path. That way you won't have to guess the host name. We're thinking the same thing, Sarsec. I'll wait for the admin to make the GET request. And now we stare at the screen and we hope that we see pass.text coming to me. I have it on the page, right? Hold up. Now I'm doubting myself. Okay, yeah. It's on the page. You can see the script.js. It is trying to get it. No, where the frick are the credentials at? What are you talking about? Why does it not come through? Why does it not work? What the heck am I missing? I guarantee you it's something stupid. It works locally. Like, the script is literally working. Literally just did it with the same exact script, but on my own machine. All right, what's their payload? How is this different than mine besides being more complex? All right, I'll use their exact payload. All right, we got to fill out a few things here. We have to fill out this. Whoops. Okay. What? Why are we doing that? Oh, I see. I got you. I might need that for it to work. It still doesn't freaking work. That's... Honestly. If it works locally, everything I do, why does it not work on the stupid freaking robot thing? It would work in the real world at this point, I think. Alright. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Nope. I don't believe it. Mm-mm. Yeah, the payload for the username is just script.js. So every time we change script.js, it's executing the new payload. I don't believe it. It doesn't work. I'll prove it. I'm copying this exact thing. So the reason I don't have to recreate an account every time, guys, is the account I created is using script.js. Why the frick didn't paste? That's awesome. So every time I update it, it's every time I update script.js, it's updating the payload that's on the page, if that makes sense. Dir pass.text, exactly what I was doing. Here's the IP we need to update. And once again, this worked on my machine. You guys saw me test it locally. Like, yeah, it works, but it doesn't work on this machine. Works there. Base 64. It's just strange. Like, clearly I'm doing it right. Everything works locally. I just don't get what I could be doing differently, or what the bot that's checking this, obviously it's not a real person, but how is the bot coded? If I get access, I'm figuring out how this bot works. Yeah, no, port shouldn't matter. 9080, it shouldn't matter what you use. Oh my freaking goodness. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'll make an entire new account. That's the only other thing I didn't do, but I shouldn't have to make a new account for this payload. Over on YouTube said, bro, at least when you drink water, I get reminded I need to drink water as well. It's hard to talk. It's hard to talk this long without drinking a bunch of water. If this doesn't work, I'm calling it a night because I'm too frustrated to figure out why. I'm literally, like, I've been doing the right thing this entire time, in my humble opinion. Okay, it's on the page. What the what? Can someone tell me why that made a difference? That shouldn't make a difference. Bro, that makes no sense. Someone tell me why that makes sense. The same exact script is in script.js. The payload on the website was script.js, and it's dynamic. Every time you go to it, it's reaching out to my web server and loading whatever payload is in script.js. It is not stored. The script.js is an external script. It is not stored on the page. On the page is merely like a link that leads to script.js. Every time I update script.js, it should be updated on the web server. Why would this do it? And it only worked once. Hold up, it only worked once. Why is it not doing it every time? Gosh, every time I update script.js, I need to make a new comment. No, I didn't forget to change it. I shouldn't have to. That's not how, that's. And then look, guys, catch this. Maybe it did work. Maybe it did work one of the times I did it, but I missed it. Because I just want you guys to notice it only worked once. Right now, it's doing the same thing. It's getting the same script right here. You guys catch that? Wow. Y'all, I'm so confused. That... I don't even know the diff syntax. How do I just compare two files? Is it just like... Does that mean there's nothing different? Guys, it's the same exact freaking file. I want to know if it only does it, if it does it literally only do it once. I want to redo, like, I want to do this entire process again. Oh my gosh. Guys, it didn't work. It didn't work. It did not work. I might call it a night. I'm gonna punch my computer at this point in time. I mean, I learned some sensitive data exfiltration via JavaScript. If it freaking works. but it doesn't. Maybe those alerts are messing it up. That's possible. Maybe that's the issue. I mean, once again, real world, it wouldn't freaking matter. Yeah. Notice that's my IP, not the admin IP. Sure. Okay, that's the last thing I'm going to check. I can't... Well, I can delete. All right. Oh, good. Terminate. Start. I'm starting fresh. I don't know what's going on. We're starting fresh. We're making one account with the payload in it. I still like this room though. I like it's a unique attack path. Maybe there is a delete button, but it only deletes the comments you logged into, and I made like a bunch of accounts. So I don't feel like relogging into all the accounts. So we're just rebooting the machine. Rodnet said because it's a headless browser, so it might not have the ability to click OK on the alert box. Yeah, you're probably right. And once again, there's only so much you can do when you try to emulate client side stuff, right? A real person would click OK or whatever, but the bot may not be able to do that. I don't want to use my original scripts. Like, I want to use this script, guys, to see, like, was I doing it right this time? I don't just want the user flag. I want to understand why this stuff wasn't working. This should append it onto the end of this. It worked locally. So if there's no other alerts, maybe this will do it. That's going to be our username. Except for it's going to be script2.js. All right. Script 2. All right, we wait and see. What's going to happen? Will my screen break, ladies and gentlemen? Will I throw my microphone through my screen? Will I knock my webcam off? Or will we get past .text? That is the question. The anticipation is building. Slowly building. Apparently the bot hasn't turned on his headless browser yet. It worked. It freaking worked. Wow. So the reason it wasn't working was the alerts. Because it's a headless browser, it has no way of clicking OK on the alerts. I was doing it right this entire time. But it was the headless browser and not clicking OK on the alerts was the issue. Man. Here's my cool script. I'm saving this to my notes. Okay, at least that makes sense. I understand why it wasn't working now. My monitor's sweating bullets. Yeah, dude. It almost got a microphone through it. But y'all, yeah, I didn't technically rage quit, right? After almost rage quitting 100 times. We got it. Now I will just say, y'all, when you watch the content creators who solve the box in 15 minutes, it's because they did this, and then they figured out how to do everything. And then they just said, hey, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to solve this box. They did it in 15 minutes, right? Hopefully the pleasure you get out of mine is like you get to watch me be tortured and get pissed off at the machines. But you can at least see like my thought process as I go into it. I identified it like super quick, I think. Like as soon as I saw the page, I knew it was going to be cross-site scripting. Right away, I tried the username, and I got cross-site scripting the username. And I think it was Son over on Twitch said, hey, try to like steal the credentials there. And pretty quickly, we had a script that worked. But there was some silliness. I mean, we can see the password. Why is my password so strong? I don't know. That's the password. But it's technically base64 encoded. Oh, okay. No, it's not. Oh, it's URL encoded. But I think this is I don't think it's any special character. This is a space, isn't it? Yeah, that's just a space on the end there. So that's our password. SSH is Jack at what are we doing? Why hack me? My brain's so fried I can't even remember the name of the machine. Watch it not work. What's going on? Okay, it was just being slow. It's really slow. And we have user. All right, let me go drop that in. I worked for that one. Shouldn't be expired now. Let's just refresh this page. Yeah, we got an hour and 15. Oh. Well, I'm not going to sign off yet. We're at the 2-hour mark. We're going to go for Priv-esque, but let's take a 5-minute break, and then I'll be back. So I'm actually trying to think of how I can do this for the recording so I don't have to stitch stuff together, because YouTube doesn't like my 5-minute countdowns when I have copyright music. Let me just find some sweet copyright-free music for our 5-minute countdown. We can all chill for 5 minutes. Give me just a second. If I don't do this, YouTube will put random ads in my videos, which drives me crazy. All right, I got some copyright-free music. Let's take 5-minute break. All right, we back. What's up, everybody? Turn the audio of the desktop down. Make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. Play my mixtape, trying to make it big. Send it my way, dude. Fasky Live said, I'm waiting for a day where I'm able to solve boxes like you. I mean, without looking a lot into write-ups. Just practice, my man. It's or my lady. I'm not sure if you're a boy or girl. Don't want to assume. But it's all just practice. It's like one of my hobbies, y'all, is boxing. Like, pop, pop, pop. And I'm actually getting back into sparring. Used to do a lot of sparring back in the day, wanted to compete. But even when it comes to boxing, the biggest thing with boxing is muscle memory. And the only way to develop muscle memory is you get into the ring, you fight all the time, so that the fighting is just a natural reaction. You know how to block punches, how to slip, how to do things like that. It's the same with hacking. It's just muscle memory over and over and over and over again. Do as many CTFs, as many boxes as you can. And I used to do these all the time just offline, and then when I started streaming, I was like, screw it. Whenever I do a new machine, I'll just live stream myself doing it, explain what I'm doing. It forces me to understand it better because I have to talk while I do it, and hopefully it encourages other people to realize, like, all of us kind of suck at this, and we just stumble our way through it. Work the Gizmo. I'm waiting for the day I can look at a write-up and exactly understand what I'm doing. You know, write-ups are good, and the way IPSEC wrote a really good article for Hack the Box on how to use a write-up. Would encourage you guys to check that out if you have it. If you just Google IPSEC, how to use a write-up, you'll be able to find it. All right. Well, let's see if we can get some privilege escalation here. All right. We're a Jack user. If we go out here, before I even run anything automated, I like to check things like opt. Okay, so I was right. We might have something in opt. Hey guys, after the hacks and files have been placed in user lib CGI bin, and when I try to remove them, they won't, even though I am root. Please go through the pcap file and opt and help me fix the server. And I temporarily block the attacker's access to the back door by using IP table rules. The cleanup of the server is so incomplete, I need to start by deleting these files first. Okay, let's copy this information. And let's see if we can get this pcap file. We go to cd to yhackme. Okay, and on here we're gonna do we have Python? Okay, cool. We'll do that, and then we'll do wget from yhackme.thm 1337 capture.pcap. Is that what it was called? Yeah. We have Wireshark. Beautiful, we do. Oh man, we need to do dark mode. How do you do dark mode in Wireshark? This hurts my hacker eyes. I can't even look at it. Fonts and colors. I know there's dark mode. I just can't think of how to do it. Someone tell me how to enable dark mode before my eyes fall to my head. Where's dark mode? All right, whatever. YOLO. I'll just have my eyes be blinded. No, I need dark mode. How the frick do you do dark mode? There's a whole video on how to do it? What, is there not an easy way? What? I don't want Windows. Oh my gosh, experiential. All right. We'll just have to let our eyes bleed at this. And we can kind of glance through some of this stuff. We have some TCP traffic. What's this? SYNAC stuff, encryption stuff. Did not have any. It's really not that big. We kind of stepped through some of this. But what's the IP of our web server? Which one's the attacker? Is it all encrypted? My Wireshark skills aren't awesome either. exercise following like just TCP streams so I find something I'm looking for. But I'm not seeing any. Okay, let's go to. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. We'll do both, although that wouldn't make sense. Wait, didn't he say the web server? Oh no, maybe it's, well, yeah, well, not through the web server then, I guess. Whoops, opened the wrong window. Everything seems encrypted to me. Oh. Yeah, it's encrypted. What? How am I supposed to investigate it? There's nothing being sent in clear text that I can see. So who's our attacker then? If we go back here, we have this IP. The initial request. I don't know how to decrypt it. Yeah, but even if I follow the stream, everything's encrypted. I'd have to figure out how to decrypt it, which I'm sure is possible since I have access to the server. You know what I mean? But see, we can see HTTP and stuff here, boring.box. Oh, I can close that web server out. All right, that's obviously the way. Let me do some Googling. Oops. I can load the cert in my capture, decrypt it. Cool. Okay, so this would be, this is Apache that's running, right? Okay, we do have Apache too. Beautiful. How about certs? Would it be these then? Are these the certs I want to load? Let me see if there's anything else. So we also have... Oops. Oh, default SSL maybe? What's the configuration file say? Or is one of these the keys? Because this isn't commented out. Okay, maybe this is what I want. Oh shoot, I can't freaking read it. Well, that's going to be an issue. Maybe it's the other cert then? I guess this is the only certs I have access to. So I think it'd be the Apache key. Oh, I can't sudo. Let's try that. CD try hack me. Y whatever. Y hack me THM. I forgot the name of it. Apache.key. Okay. Is there like import? Edit preferences protocols SSL. All right, edit preferences protocol. Wait. Did I miss it? Am I blind? Oh. Yeah, maybe TLS. Let's check that. Okay, don't think that worked. Do I have to do something after I do that? Oh, RSA key. In the RSA keys list. I see, I'm just doing it wrong. Oh, I need the key and the cert. Okay. Let's get the files I actually need. You guys can see how often I do Wireshark. Oh, I don't know why I stopped that. Okay, yeah, it's not whyhackme.com. I've been staring at my screen too long. What are we, 2 hours and 15 minutes? All right. Let's fix what I probably already broke. If we go to edit, preferences, let's turn off the one that I did. I saw TLS now. Let's just delete this. Does that delete it? There's RSA keys. That's what I need to do. I just want to make sure my TLS stuff. Okay, that's gone. Beautiful. Okay. In the RSA keys list, click edit, add a new entry with the IP address of the server, the port. Okay, so we need to know the server. I think it's the .69 one, right? Let's making the request to the server first. I think it's that one. What the frick? I don't know what I'm doing. Guys, I don't know what the frick I'm doing right now. Like, anytime I've done Wireshark, it's just been like clear text stuff. I've never did this. In the there is no SSL, but I have RSA keys. Click edit. I can't click edit. There is no, oh, RSA section in TLS? Word. Ah, thank you guys. That makes more sense. So then we want our IP. That's not going to port 443. 413112. Why would that be the port? Is this even the right freaking IP? Oh man. I need to close this out for now. Oh, hold up. Shoot. It worked. What? I didn't have that before. Did something I do that? Guys, I accidentally decrypted that. Word. I don't I don't know how I accidentally did that. I'll go with it. What am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to go to that file? Okay, let's close this out. We have this response here. That's the same thing, so that's not going to show me anything. Yeah, dude, I don't know what I did, bro. Can you recap what you did? I don't know what the frick I did. I really don't. I don't get what this does for me, though. Oh, you're right. The notes. What do you say in the notes? Temporarily After the hack, some files in place there, and when I try to remove them, they won't, even though I am root. Please go through the PCAP. Okay. File export objects. Can I export that Python script and look at it? Oh, no way. Yo, I'm learning some cool stuff here. So we have this key. Is that... Oh, we have a key and initialization vector. Oh, because it's CGI bin type stuff. And these are just like... They don't have anything in them, right? It's just like the syntax, the command. Oh no, shoot. We can actually see the commands. Wow. It's a web shell. Is it still on the server then? Well, the note CGI bin, right? Well, shoot, I can see that myself. Is it just... Hold up. What if I make a curl request? Oh, port. Oh, check the port. Good call. You're right. It wasn't on a common port. Second, if it's only accessible from the server, is this... It's frozen. Or is it just because I have this open? Port 41312. So here's the file. I see. 41312. Although it might only be accessible locally, because I didn't see that port open on our scan. Is that listening? Let's check. Okay. So it's just listening locally. I see. So if we do something like localhost oh shoot, okay, let's just start over. Curl HTTP localhost oh, I had an issue in my syntax. If I could type localhost there, let's try that. What up, Morehouse Hacks? Thanks for rating, my friend. Let's see if we can get some weird command execution. I can't see the script, I don't think. But if I go over to Cherry Tree here, hey, for everyone who just joined on the raid, we are doing the brand new Why Hack Me machine through Try Hack Me. And just for a little bit of context, we have initial access through some cross-site scripting that took me longer than it should have. And now working on privilege escalation, we analyzed a PCAP file. We decrypted the PCAP file with some Apache certs. And now we are kind of like reverse engineering what is going on. How does this work? I'm going to try to just do straight command execution. So let's just see if we get command execution. If I do something like wget plus 10.13.4234 test.txt, can I get command injection as a different user? And then if I can I just get a shell that way? So what if I curl this? Thanks, Morehouse Max. Appreciate the raid. Oh, hold up. What did that? Let's try that again. Curl. Wait, what? Oh, is my one script still executing? My one JavaScript thing might still be executing here. URL encode is messing up your curl command. Is it? Why? I can't even connect to the local host. That's my issue. This should work though if I can't even connect to it. The firewall rules were mentioned in the note. Oh, were they? Hey guys, after the hacks and files are in place, when I try to remove them, they won't, even though I'm root. Please go through the PCAP file. And I temporarily block the attacker's access to the backdoor by using IP table rules. Okay. I'm going to type that wrong if I type it manually. Ah. So I can fix the IP tables to allow anyone to access port 41312 or whatever. I don't know why I just got that error again. So, I don't even know the syntax for that. So, as usual. All right, now if we list it. All right, now we're accepting traffic from anywhere. Now can I execute commands? Oh, do I need a flush? Do I need to do anything? Do I need to like reset IP tables at all? Matches all traffic. I option, for example. Oh, just so it's consistent across reboots. Now I should be able to actually access that port from outside. What was the port? 41312, because it's listening. It's listening. Oh gosh. It's listening on all interfaces. So I should just from the outside be able to access that web server now. Because it's listening on all interfaces, right? Nope, maybe I'm wrong. Filtered. You need to delete or change rule 1 first, otherwise always hit it before. Oh, I see. Oh, good call, good call. So, how do I... How do I change the order? It's still drop, obviously. I need to switch the order up. Can I just flush the rules? Let me go with AZ Cowboy once. Will that reset them? Oh, bad argument. Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm trying to do. Okay. How about that? Now it's open. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. Now I have a web shell, I think, if I do this. yhackme.thm. Why would it do that? Okay. All right, word. I'll just try to curl it. Okay, we can fix that. We'll do -K to ignore the certificate error. Doesn't -K ignore that? Okay, yeah, I'll try to put closer on the URL. We're getting really close, though, I think. But if it's vulnerable to something like shell shock, can I just do it myself? Well, no, they didn't. No, I don't think so. Okay, so it's only accessible from the inside. Okay, so I actually hit it there. So that script does exist still. Because we got a 200 response. What if I do it? Yes! I have it. I have the shell working. Ah, beautiful. So now let's just give myself another shell as that. I'm doing my syntax wrong here. Netcat. Is it netcat? I'm confusing myself by looking at URL encoded. That might be how it's supposed to look. Someone correct me if my syntax up there is wrong. And then I need the port too. Okay, yeah, my syntax is definitely wrong there. Well, can I just like... Can it... My machine's bugging out, y'all. This is still working, right? I need a drink of water. Oh wait, I'm not on Windows, guys. I've been doing this too long. Oh gosh, it can run everything. What's the, when you set that to be writable? Um, Screw this. YOLO. Ha! I got root. I could get a shell too. We'll get a shell as well as root. But I at least got the root flag in my weird way. When, you can just run it as root then at that point, I think. I mean, I suppose we have root execution. There's a lot of things that we could do. Let's just try to get my netcat shell. Or we could do, oh yeah, just echo a key over. I could do that as well. There's a lot of things you can do. I'm trying to figure out if my netcat syntax is wrong, though. Am I doing that wrong? No, okay, I was doing it right. I'm going to try that one more time. Let's go like this then. I don't like this DuckDuckGo freaking search. If I take this and do this, and then we'll just have to URL encode it. And then we'll URL encode this. Since we're doing it as a web command, and then if we go back to here, Oh, let's just reset the password. Usually you do like password and then it prompts you. Can we just do it in one line, like password, root? Oh my gosh. I mean, I already have the root thing. I don't know why I'm having issues just getting a shell. Let's just echo to SSH then. We could do that. If I go here, oh, I don't even have an IDRSA key. I have to pub that. Okay, that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I was trying to do. Thank you, Kyle. That was my initial thought process. Let's just do that. It's the URL encoding. I think that's throwing me off. It's not working. Does it not like the slashes or something? Let me just see if netcat works this way. Gosh, if I could type. Okay, so this netcat binary doesn't have this, but I can put the netcat binary on there that has it. Freaking A, why do I not have it? On Kali, it's right there. Let me just grab the netcat binary, the proper one for this. I'm not gonna freaking compile it. I want the Linux binary. Or I'm just gonna quit. I already have root. I'm basically wasting my time now. I'm at almost 3 hours of streaming, guys. My brain is done working. My brain doesn't work anymore. Let me do this. I can't do this for 3 hours. I literally just start having lots of issues with the way my mind works. Save. Oh my gosh. I can't. Guys, I can't close this. What the frick? Wow. Okay, go back to SSH. My terminal's frozen. The frick. What? You guys see that? I'm clicking. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm done. Obviously, I'm not supposed to actually get a shell. If anyone else is watching this, all I was going to do was upload a bash shell and then just execute it as the root user, which would work beautifully. But my VM is broken. Can I do? No, it's like legit freaking frozen. All right, whatever. I finished the machine. We got root. My freaking entire VM died. But that was 3 hours of straight streaming. My mind stopped working by the end anyways. But if anyone else is following along, you could easily get a root shell just by uploading a reverse shell.sh script and then using that weird shell to execute it, and then you're the root user. But I'm not going to reboot my VM just to do that. I'm going to call it a night. So guys, thank you for hanging along for 3 freaking hours. I'm good, I think, for about an hour and a half. After an hour and a half, I cannot think and talk and stream anymore. My brain just stops working. But hey, had fun. We did finish the room eventually. That was a lot of fun. So Room Creator, if you ever watch this, all 3 hours of it, kudos. I did enjoy it. Minus my weird alert issues I had in the very beginning. But thank you everyone for taking the time to hang out with me for 3 hours. And I'll see you on the next one. See ya.